is going to overfarm a little bit past the side strike, I believe. Opponent swaps out into the Zarude instead. Oh my goodness, about to get a rude awakening. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP. And if you're a returning subscriber like J Merc, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are shoutcasting some battles in the Open Master League. These battles were submitted to the channel by Christopher Rodriguez 27, and they are featuring a very fun pick in the form of Shadow Mewtwo. And this is not just any regular Shadow Mewtwo, this is a 100% IV Shadow Mewtwo, so a huge flex right there. Joining Shadow Mewtwo on this team is going to be a Best Buddy Dialga and a Zekrom, so this is a very popular team for the Master League Classic, but as you could see, it is ranked all A's for the Open Master League. So very excited to see how this team performs. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like on the video. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment down below, and without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so let's jump into these battles. Open Master League content here in the final week of the season. Shadow Mewtwo into Giratina Origin, not a good lead, but we do have Double Dragon in the back, so Dialga comes in, and we are met by an Excadrill. Now this is a pretty rough matchup in the Master League Classic. They usually land a Drill Run and are able to farm down before the Draco Meteor, but as you can see in the Open Master League, it looks like Dialga can reach the Draco Meteor just before the second Drill Run. In this case, they decided to bait, got the shield, and able to reach the second Iron Head because the opponent is going for the aggressive farm down. So they do farm down completely, loaded on energy. That is a gigantic shield. Shadow Mewtwo does need a bigger shield because of how glassy it is. Giratina Origin comes back in, and we swap out into the Zekrom. So a very nice matchup to find ourselves in right here. Shadow Ball comes through. Zekrom is going to throw the Crunch. I highly doubt the opponent shields here, and we will see what their third Pokemon is going to be. And it happens to be a Melmetal, so not the best thing to see in the back here for our team. We are going to build up to the Wild Charge, looking to throw on the CMP tie, and the opponent does let that go through, does get the CMP, so Rock Slide is going to take out the Zekrom right here. Mewtwo will come back in, needs to preserve a shield for the Excadrill as well. Rock Slide comes through, able to throw this Side Strike. We'll see if the opponent wants to shield here. The Excadrill is quite low at this point, but if they do shield, the Mewtwo should win CMP on the next move, which is the case right here. Excadrill will come back in, it's going to throw the move, and now it comes down to whether or not Mewtwo can outpace or farm down this Excadrill before they get to the next Drill Run, and in this case the opponent decides they are not going to make the move. They back out. GG. Let's hop into match number 2. So let's jump into the next battle right here. We are going to be leading Shadow Mewtwo, this time into a Melmetal, and we are running Focus Blast, so we could see a big bang moment right here. Building up past the Side Strike, opponent is going to throw the Rock Slide, adjusting that volume in case this Mewtwo is about to cry. They want to hear it. Building up to the blast. Is the opponent going to respect it though? Here it comes. Bang! There it is, adjusting the volume settings. Wants to hear that Melmetal melt into its liquid form. We see Dialga come in and choosing not to go for the blast. I feel like they're not going to shield. They do. Okay, so I was wrong. Not able to reach the second Side Strike though, so I guess it didn't matter in the end. Unless they chose not to shield, then it would definitely hurt not going for the blast. But Dialga comes in here, we are in the mirror, shields up the Iron Head, it looks like right there, and going for an Iron Head of their own. This should put the opposing Dialga into farm down range. And let's see what the opponent's third Pokemon is in the back. Giratina Origin. They actually leave the battle before even seeing what was hiding in the back. So at that point, you know they didn't want any of the smoke, and we take that game. Jumping into battle number 3, and we have the Mewtwo mirror match, Shadow versus the non-Shadow. Both players are going to build up to the Shadow Ball here, even if you do not have it. Want to threaten the shield, sneaks in the extra Cycle Cut right there, and they do get baited by the Side Strike. Gets in a couple of free Cycle Cuts there. Looked like the opponent was lagging a little bit. Unfortunate for them, but we take that. Going to throw the Side Strike once again, and this time the opponent is going to no shield. So Could be a Shadow Ball here. Mewtwo is going to decide to shield it up, and it's another bait. So they're going to throw another Side Strike right here. This will not KO. Oh no, we got a low battery signal. Not good. Hopefully they can finish this battle in time. Going to throw the Side Strike right here. That takes out the opposing Mewtwo. They come in with Yveltal, swaps out into Dialga, and they swap out into Zacian. So two very strong answers here for the Dialga, of course. That Yveltal could have pretty much ended this game with a Focus Blast, but decided to swap out into the Zacian instead. So going to throw the close combat right here. Dialga does survive that, and is going to decide to not throw the move. Let the Zacian take them out instead, and then get an energy lead with the Zekrom. Down a shield, a pretty rough spot to be in because Wild Charge would be enough to knock out the Yveltal, but with the shield advantage, it is going to outpace. And I guess you kind of need to catch a move onto the Mewtwo here to have any chance. That time the opponent does not throw, not able to grab that Side Strike either. If they landed the Side Strike right there, perhaps they might have had a chance, but right here, you kind of need to build up to 2 moves or just commit to the complete farm down. Did reach 2 crunches, but pretty much guaranteed to not get both of those off before the Dark Pulse comes through from the Yveltal. So they do lose that game. Very well played on both sides. GG. Let's hop into battle number 4. Shadow Mewtwo into Landorus, Therian form. This is a very solid position to be in. They swap out into Dialga. Mewtwo just going to throw the Side Strike immediately here, do some chip damage, and then swap out into their own Dialga. Probably will see a shield here from the potential Draco Meteor. And we do see the shield come up. The opponent does go for the Draco, and at this point they will get farmed down. Now Landorus is going to have to take a move right here, so a shield likely to come up. Iron Head isn't going to KO, but Draco Meteor would, so they have to respect that. They do shield up, and they're going to pretty much have to debuff themselves with the superpower here to knock out the Dialga. That's going to make the matchup a lot easier for the Mewtwo, so it forced them to swap out into Yveltal. And once again, pretty challenging spot to be in. Is going to shield here, try to catch this move onto the Zekrom. And they have Focus Blast, so maybe they'll go for it. I mean, the opponent pretty much has to shield here. Ice Beam, Focus Blast. Here it goes. Bang! There it is. Yveltal not respecting the Focus Blast from a Shadow Mewtwo. That opponent is absolutely insane, and they paid the price right there. At this point, the Landorus really cannot do anything. Gonna have to burn the shield here against the Zekrom. And I believe Mewtwo does have a move ready to go. I could be wrong, but if they have the move ready, of course this game is over. If they don't, they will need to outpace, and thankfully they are able to reach with the very respectful no bubble Side Strike KO on the Landorus Therian. GG, let's hop into the next battle. So we're leading Shadow Mewtwo this time into another Excadrill. And Shadow Mewtwo hits so hard that it could actually win this game just from Side Strike damage alone. That is pretty crazy. Trying to sneak in the extra move. Not able to, but does deny the extra Mud Shot from coming in. Side Strike gets the shield. Opponent is going to throw the move. Mewtwo will shield the first one. And the opponent goes for the CMP tie, which is a little bit interesting. Allows the Mewtwo to sneak in the extra move. And now Mewtwo will very comfortably outpace to 2 moves. Either way, it should have been able to outpace because it does win CMP. But now they force the opponent to swap out. Wouldn't be able to reach the Focus Blast, so they are going to just throw the guaranteed damage here. Swap out into their own Dialga. I learned that the hard way, sometimes going for the Focus Blast, getting farmed down with energy, it never feels good. But remember, the Excadrill actually left 1 Mud Shot short of the Drill Run. So that means that the Dialga could throw the move here and is able to outpace to the Draco Meteor with that 1 Dragon Breath registering first. Bang! There it is. Excadrill getting taken out by the Draco. Giratina in the back. At this point, the opponent outpaces the Shadow Ball. They're just hoping that there is something in the back extremely weak to Giratina Origin. And that is not what they wanted to see. Zekrom going to close out the game. But first, a very disrespectful catch on the Shadow Ball. Oh my goodness. Opponent doesn't want any more. They back out of the match. Zekrom closing it out in style. And we have a bonus battle in this video. Shadow Mewtwo into Zarude. One of the worst leads you could see right here. So swaps out into Dialga. Gets met by a pretty hard counter in Zacian. So building up to the Iron Head. Probably going to allow the opponent to throw first. That will guarantee that the opponent is forced to shield the Iron Head. And let's see how this plays out from this point. I guess if you were able to get both shields from the Zacian, that would actually be ideal, because then Mewtwo could potentially land a Focus Blast on the Zarude. So the Dialga here is going to build up to the Iron Head once again, and hopefully this forces the shield out of the opponent, which it does. So shields are down and Shadow Mewtwo is about to go to town. So Mewtwo will likely come in here, is going to overfarm a little bit past the Side Strike, I believe. Opponent swaps out into the Zarude instead. Oh my goodness, about to get a Rude Awakening. Bang, there it is. Zarude getting taken out of its misery right there. Unbelievable. Zacian comes back in. Please shield this because I want to see what is in the back. And can the Shadow Mewtwo potentially sweep? Overfarming, going to overkill this Zacian with the Side Strike. And what is left? Okay, it's Togekiss. So that's not exactly what I was hoping to see for the Shadow Mewtwo. But Side Strike is going to make this manageable for the Zekrom to potentially farm down. Obviously, Wild Charge would be overkill, but we want the disrespectful farm down. Opponent doesn't want the smoke. Backs out of the match. Takes that game against a very hard counter team. That was a very fun team to shoutcast. Thank you so much to Christopher Rodriguez for the submission. Shadow Mewtwo is an absolute beast in the Open Master League, and this team definitely warrants its quadruple A rating on PvPoke. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.